But how do you fight a case when you're in two different jurisdictions? The jurisdictions are very reluctant to overturn other jurisdictions. Wouldn't it be a lot easier to fight these allegations being on the same turf, on the same playing field when it comes to law, statutes, and child protection services?
Yes and no. The magistrate, because this, again, it's been going on for almost 3 years. The magistrate ruled in my favor that I should have sole custody. Now,
Magistrate in Ohio or the magistrate in North Carolina?
no, in Ohio, because it has to be where
The children reside.
the courts where the children resides. The magistrate ruled in my favor. He opposed or appealed, right? Or the term is objected, not appeal. And then we went to trial again for the second time. I went in front of the trial judge. The trial judge totally ignored all of the evidence, which was I believe it was over 1,000 pages of proof of documentation showing all of these things. And she ruled in his favor. So then I went to appellate court. I appealed it, and the appellate judges decided that, well, we're going to give him a second chance because right before trial, the first trial with the magistrate, what was it? 4 days, I believe it was, or 14 days. Either way, it was right before the trial, and he just happened to start following what the rule was or what the court order was in November. So from November to, April, May, when we had trial, he all of a sudden, just days leading up to it, I'm going to now, follow what the interim court order says. It was a tactic. I mean, come on. Anybody
Well,
would.
that's what I mean. If you know you're dealing with, I know this is probably a question that the viewers would say. Nobody knows your opponent better than you. Nobody knows your opponent better than you. Believe me, my hat's off to you. I've gone through this before, so I know what you're saying. I, so let's go here before we wrap up. What's your end game here? Because at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about your quest to get your children back, understanding what you went through and not having it repeat itself. You want to be the resource for your children, as well as helping make sure that your 19-year-old recovers as well. Because let's get real, you don't want your children to think you were the villain and that you really wasn't there because you're dealing with what's the word I want to use? I don't want to use narcissistic behavior, but patterns that aren't healthy. Let's put it like that. I'm not even going to use the word toxic. I'm going to just say patterns that are not becoming of the best interest of the child and what is in the best interest of the development from both parents. In other words, one of you guys has to step up and do what's right. And that may be something that's going back into the battlefield and being on turf, because if he's already showing you his hands and his exposures and all of a sudden he wants to wait a few days to come there, at the end of the day, your kids are going to need you a lot quicker than what you might think.
Right, right.